The distinguished guest at Shea Stadium was the Emperor of Japan, Hirohito. He'd come to see the Jets battle the Patriots and try to understand a game that turns on an entire nation. In Japan, inscrutability is revered, public emotion held in disdain, and perhaps what the Emperor saw was not what you and I would see. Perhaps to some untutored eyes, football registers as a tabletop game, played by distant figures whose raiment is plastic, whose reasons are mechanical. But to even the casual fan, the beauty of the game and the talent of the men who play it soon becomes apparent. Even the untrained eye must appreciate the lofting arc of a well-thrown pass, the sensual symmetry of the turning spiral, the poetry of the game. Sometimes the poetry is farce, and the men who are the actors seem all the more human for it. Beneath the gladiator's battle garb pounds the heart of a flesh and blood person who desires to win, whose desire is sometimes frustrated by an inch or a fault that he himself must bear. And in failure, as in success, the emotions curdle to the surface, and our heroes, our idols, become all the more like real people to us. But in defeat, each man makes new vows, pledges new vitality to the game. Each man gives it his best shot. And like protons caroming in a nuclear reactor, the level of play and emotion reaches a peak of high velocity. Perhaps, sometimes, the emotional level runs too high and the red warning buzzer flashes overload. Perhaps we are all Romans at the games, slightly more sophisticated, slightly more humane, but just as highly tuned to emotion. Don't worry, for the punches fall for the most part on foam-filled pads. And after all, most of football's appeal is derived from the fact that it is an emotional game. And that's why we all love it. Even sweet old ladies like Coach George Allen's mother would have been the first to tell you that as she watched her son's team in Philadelphia last week. Perhaps the most emotional team in the NFL is the veteran Washington Redskins. Head coach George Allen has consistently proved that although age may slow a man down, emotion can speed him up. And he begins every game with an old-fashioned pep talk. Everybody stick together, play as a team, don't worry about a goddamn thing, and be physical. Mike McCormick needed no pregame talk to fire up his Philadelphia Eagles. Earlier in the week, he publicly accused his team of dogging it, remarked that there were several players who could just as well be wearing flea collars as shoulder pads. Against the undefeated Redskins, the Eagles responded to Coach McCormick's criticism by tearing Washington's offense to shreds. The Eagles forced and recovered 3 fumbles, intercepted Billy Kilmer 3 times. Two of Kilmer's passes were picked off by the Eagles' All-Pro safety, Bill Bradley, number 28. It was a matter of attitude, said Bradley. We couldn't afford to lose today, and I was scared. I play better when I'm scared. There was just no way I could lose this football game. The charged-up Eagle defense set the tempo, and soon every man was playing with a passion born of anger and frustration. Every play, every gain was a personal step toward retrieving a season that many thought had already been lost. Roman Gabriel played the whole game at quarterback and thoroughly confused the Redskin defense with end-arounds, reverses, and double reverses. The Eagles' offensive line dominated the Redskins in every way. Gabriel was never touched and had enough time to throw 2 touchdown passes. One to Harold Carmichael, the other to Charlie Smith, number 85. Smith's touchdown gave the Eagles a lead they never relinquished, and they went on to whip the Redskins 26-10 and earned not only their first victory, but a newfound self-respect. I wanted to show Coach McCormick that I'm no dog, said Roman Gabriel. I wanted to let him know I'd never quit on him, but I guess that dog talk helped. There was a different feeling in the locker room before the game. For all the Eagles, there was a new feeling in the locker room after the game as well.
Let's make the man in here real good and tight. All right. Still, though, as John said this morning, we thank the man that gave us the ability. Now let's us use it.
John Nyland, how about lead us? John Nyland, lead us. John Nyland, lead us.
Well, dear Lord, I don't know how to pray. I'm just giving thanks for the ability you've given us, these men. We just pray, Lord, that we can go on from here and keep us from our prideful selves, help us improve, search the mistakes we make. Allow us to step on the field next week to bring you glory.
What you did, you beat him in his own game. You beat him at the turnovers. 3 for the Eagles. Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! Great job! Great job!
All right. We got a lot of balls to give out. A lot of balls. That's how we won this game. A lot of balls. A lot of balls. All right. Balls. Offensive line, the greatest in the world. Offensive line. All right. Mr. Toast. Mr. Toast, where are you? Where are you? Come on here. Come here. You call us dogs. Come in here, you big dog. All right. Hooray for Mr.
Okay, on defense, there was a son of a pup out there hitting like you wouldn't believe. John Bunning!
Okay. This is the happiest moment of my football career. There's a guy I've known, I've been waiting to win a ball game so bad so he could get the game ball and give it to him. His name Cap Shinglem. He has leukemia, and I'm going to get the ball and sign it and have all you guys sign it. I'll take it to him. All right. This is so great.
There was a son of a bitch this week that got our minds right. I didn't like his f***ing remark about Willie Lanier, but anyhow, Mike McCormick.
Hooray for Mikey the horse's ass. Thank you. And you know it, just to repeat what John said, brother, a win over that football team, I'll cherish this one. Thank you very much.